This is Barry again. Today I'm going to talk about a book I'm working on. It's called Taking Muslims to Uranus. That's a metaphor. Obviously we're not going to actually do that, but I'm going to show you some interesting things that I'm doing that include this view that I'm showing you right here. Now you'll see a little lake down there. It's called Discovery Lake. That's where I started my climb up to the top of Double Peak, in case you want to Google map it and see where I'm talking about. But in the background, I'll move over a little bit so I'm sure I got you, the snow caps over there. Now that's Lake Arrowhead and Big Bear. And then what I'm going to be talking about is this section over in here, because it's the Anza-Borrego area. In other words, on the other side of this is a very, very steep hill that goes all the way down to a desert. And in this book, you'll be introduced to political math. And I'm training a crew. They don't quite know what they're doing. They know they're taking Muslims to Uranus, but it doesn't make any sense to them yet. And I'm teaching them how to do political math. And believe it or not, it has a lot to do with climate change in this particular case. And right now the UN, for example, has just decided to tax us $200 billion a year. That's what this thing was that Obama signed over in Paris, basically making us subservient to the UN and being taxed by the whole world. Well, I take that same budget of $200 million a year, $200 billion a year, you don't need that to solve the problem. And by a simple thing, you see right over here, you pan down and you got the ocean. Well, that's the biggest body of water on the earth. And all you do is you take a pipeline. I prefer it being square rather than round and above ground rather than below. You run it up this valley, right up here, and you go right up there, and you use the easements that are already in place, and you go up to the top of that hill there, and then it's very steep on the other side, and what you have then is basically a giant waterfall, which would be like Hoover Dam. And the pipe is solar powered, because if you put it above ground, you can see that over 300 days of the year you have a lot of sunshine, and you make it at the sitting size. In other words, if you're doing it right beside the road, you'd always have a place for pedestrians to sit, that kind of thing. You might even get creative and put signs on it, but you definitely have solar. Now they have a new plant here. This is San Marcos, what you're looking at, San Marcos, California. In fact, right there is San Marcos Lake. Lake San Marcos, beautiful little lake. And they have a desalination plant, the biggest one in California. And it's right out there. If you see that high building with the pipe going up, it's right close to there. And now all I need to do is hook it up to solar power, and that'll be a really good source of water. But if you want even more, you do this pipeline that just runs up here, and as it goes down the hill, it does desalination. You don't have the expensive kind that you used to have. You could do it very cheaply, and that would make it work beautifully. But if any of the patrons would like a copy of the book, I'm about 2/3 of the way through. I will definitely send you one. You can get it on Word format or PDF. And then, of course, if you want to follow the progress to the finish of the book. And each day I come up here to Double Peak. It's a couple times a week. I'll preview one of my books. I have over 50 books on Amazon. Now, I'm not going to preview the art books. Okay, 27 of those are art books. So I've only got probably equal number of other books, but I will preview all of those for you, and you just have a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. Bye bye.